night she gonna bed. Every day it's a new test. I just keep chasing these chicks. Living life with no regrets. Living life with no regrets.
All right, welcome back to the next episode, all you Sled Talk listeners. This is episode 7, and this one's pretty unique. For the first time, we've actually got 3 guests on for this episode. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you've seen previous episodes, you will notice that there is a new face here. And so we have returning guests, Kobe Doherty and Thomas Mabbitt. And the new guest on today is, well, he's almost like family to me because he is.
That's weird. Don't you guys have the same last name or something?
We got some Smith blood in the mix here. So this is my cousin, Kaden Smith. And glad to have you finally on the podcast, man.
Yeah,
We've been
be sweet.
Back and forth kind of talking about whether or not you jump on. And then we got Kobe and Tom here and look who's here. So
welcome, buddy.
Don't let them fool you. They dragged me into this.
No, but real talk though, I'm glad you're on. I'm glad you're here to share your story. So Kaden, let's give the listeners and the viewers a little bit of a backstory about who you are, where you're from, your age, what you do for work. And then we'll go into some special, I don't want to say snowmobile stuff, but
we'll just get into some good stuff.
We'll get into some good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm Kaden. Grew up in Hermiston, really, and don't do much. Go to work.
What do you do for work?
No, I do electrical work, and then kind of grew up farming, got into electrical trade, and yeah.
How long have you been doing the electrical stuff again?
What, year and a half?
Yeah, I'd say in the past 2 years, about a year and a half.
Yeah, we've been kind of on and off with that.
Yep.
Well, for those that don't know, Kaden and Tom, we're all good friends, but Kaden and Tom are really good friends and have spent quite a bit of time working together and
a little
playing
too
together.
much time working together,
I want to kill
actually.
the guy.
You couldn't live without each other. That's for
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can, but we just tolerate each other.
Have to.
And so Kaden, some of your before we get into the snow bike and snowmobile stuff, another big hobby of yours is hunting.
Oh yeah,
as well. What do you like to hunt?
You name it. Between me and Tom, we pretty much do a little bit of everything.
Oregon goat records. That's what he chases.
Yeah. For all the listeners out there, Kaden had the Oregon Youth Mountain Goat record for 1 year.
Yeah, it got beat.
Yeah, it got beat. But
it did?
Yeah.
We did it.
Oh, man.
Caden did it on his own, no guides.
So
credit to him and everybody who helped out. I was there too, but
Big shout out to my boy Tom.
It was a hell of a time. That's all we gotta say.
And you just got
Caden
your
almost
mount back.
died.
Honestly,
Yeah.
very jealous. Very jealous.
That
That is a hunt of a lifetime for sure.
Just got the mount back. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's up on the wall. I haven't seen it yet.
very
I'll see it this
cool.
weekend, but
Full body. It's not much room for it, but we made her fit. So
Goats are
in
surprisingly
between-
larger than they.
yeah, they're a lot bigger
um,
than everyone thinks.
And actually, Caden's goat, when he went to get it mounted, they couldn't use a goat mount. They had to use a bighorn sheep body. Or how'd that go?
They used the body on it was so big that the goat form wouldn't fit, so they ended up using a doll sheep, and the guy just completely recarved it. It was pretty sweet.
nice. Really
But
cool
anyways,
stuff.
we're getting carried away with.
No, that's all good, man. I'm just a little bit of backstory about who you are. I think that stuff's super.
man.
I think that stuff's super, super cool and something that is unique for you. So, and so yeah, let's get into your passion with the snow stuff. And so for the like I said before, for the listeners and the viewers, something that's also a first time here on the Sled Talk podcast is we have our first snowbiker, and that is Kaden. And so Kaden, you want to kind of talk a little bit of history about your motocross stuff and kind of why that led into being on a snow bike?
Yeah, so how I got into the snow biking was shoot back when I don't know how old I was, but I grew up racing dirt bikes for a while. I was racing for Kawasaki there for a little bit, and then ended up getting hurt. Kind of hung that up and just hung out for a little bit, and then everyone just started riding sleds, and I was like, dude, I got to get into this. This looks sweet. It's like perfect snow bikes. That's kind of before they were like where they're at now. So got my first snow bike, and then kind of just went from there. The only one that rides snow bike in our group, kind of sad, but they like to jump on it every once in a while.
Yeah.
So
And what kind of bike do you have?
it's a 2018 Honda 450.
Nice.
I want to upgrade.
What kind of kit did you put on that?
Shoot, the
Originally.
very first one was a 2017 or 2018, just the 120 raw. I mean, at the time, to me, it was the sweetest thing I ever had.
Yep.
And then, God, I'm glad to get rid of it this year, though.
Yeah,
It's gonna be sweet.
got rid of that,
And
and you're currently
What do
awaiting.
you got on the way?
Yep.
God, if Polaris would get their shit together. But no, getting the Riot 3, the 129 with the 3-inch paddles. That's what I'm most excited about, was the 3-inch paddles on it. See what it does. I don't even know what that old one had on it. But
I'd imagine
3-inch.
2.6. 2.6 is usually average.
I don't
And
know.
it's-
if
I don't
it was
even know if-
2.6. I
Dude,
think it was
I don't even know if it
shorter
had
than
that, but
Yeah.
that Pro 3, it's got the same shocks that the Chaoses have. It's the Velocity shocks.
Really? Are
Is
they
it-
blue anodized or are they?
Yeah.
dude, I don't
That's
know.
Well, the
Same
one,
setup.
Just
the one that
snug
you
check
had sent me, and I looked it up. It has the same. I mean, obviously they're different.
You're gonna
lengths and all
love
that
the
stuff,
shocks.
but
You're gonna
It's
love the
supposed to
shocks.
it's
be-
gonna be a game changer for you. This
It's
year.
supposed to be the next greatest thing out there, so see what it is.
Well, and then the new kit paired with, you have what kind of a clutch?
Oh,
Yeah,
I got that Recluse in it. It's pretty sweet.
And you just got your motor rebuilt too. Yeah.
Yeah. Freshen up the motor. I figured if I was gonna get a new kit, I want a fresh bike, so got the motor all freshened up and see what happens.
Heck yeah. I mean, dude, I'm excited to see it. I can't wait till I get the text that it's in, because I want to help put it together.
It's gonna be sweet.
I can deliver it.
And I mean, dude, it's going to be a total game changer for you this year. And I know we're all looking forward to seeing you rip on it. I thoroughly enjoy watching you ride.
I'm looking forward
you're-
to riding it myself.
You are seriously gifted on a bike, dude. And it's just cool to ride alongside you and watch you grow. And I think that, this whole new setup, I mean, it's going to level up your riding.
Yeah,
too,
that's
right?
what I'm excited about. I feel like this year's gonna be a progression year because it's gonna make me be able to do so much more stuff.
I'm excited, man, to see where you go, because I know my old man saying snow bikes. What? No, those won't. Kaden rode with us, and this dude kept up with sleds. And sleds are kind of hard to keep up with. The trail, yeah, he was a little bit behind.
God,
But
you go
in the
as-
trees,
well-
this dude would go everywhere we went.
Oh, yeah.
You
And
hold that
so-
bike wide open on the trail, and the sleds are still gone. I'm just sitting there riding.
I want to.
Yeah.
I
That's always the
wanna
worst
see-
part, is the trail.
I want to see what that
Terrible
snow
view.
bike does in the powder, and pointing it straight up a hill, see what it can do.
They're supposed to be able to go uphill, though. I mean, everyone hates on snow bikes.
That
Like,
is-
oh, they can't go uphill.
That
Okay, not compared to your sled, but
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, it's a totally different
yeah,
lane.
it's a different game. You don't have the track. You don't have it's a different game.
Yeah,
It's a different
it's-
game. But you rip the world out of that thing.
Yeah.
that's why I rebuilt
That's
the
why
motor,
you got
'cause
the
it's
new
been-
motor.
It's been wide open. It's all, I think there's like 57 hours on it, and I don't think there's 1 hour that's not just wide
I just
open.
love how we can always find you when you're lost.
oh my gosh! And you wanted to get a new exhaust for that?
Yeah,
Dude.
I was going to push some dual Yoshis
Oh
on
my
that thing.
gosh! Wow. When
It's
he
already so
starts up
freaking
next
loud.
to us and
Oh
he
my
takes
God.
off, I mean, I am covering my ears.
Yeah,
It is
You know he's
with the
there.
helmet on.
You know he's
Yeah.
there. You definitely know he's there, which I like. There's some sleds that it gets a little spooky because you can't hear him.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're 3 inches away. You know when Caden's coming.
Oh,
Get out the
God.
way, boys.
And you also got a heat shield too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I just ran some old junker, kind of going cheap on it, and finally I ordered that.
Balling on a budget.
Balling over. That's what we do. We
Hey,
ball on-
nothing wrong with that.
We do that around here.
It's an expensive sport.
It is,
Yeah.
but yeah, I got that new Selkirk one. It should be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Is it already here? Or are you still waiting on
I
it?
should probably check up on it. I kind of forgot I ordered it, but yeah.
Nice.
No, it's not here.
Right
Should
on.
be, hopefully.
So I got a question for him. I remember we mentioned this last year. Does this come with the new kit, or is this something extra you got to do? We talked about that third shock for the front end. How much
Oh.
it kept dropping on the front end? Does that come with a kit, or is that
That's-
a mod?
That's not on this kit. I think that's on the 20 kits. Or
Okay.
a certain different brand. Or
And-
whatever
and
it
do
is.
you
It,
think
it
that would
comes
be
with
a-
the kit though. Is as an option.
Okay, it does. It does. Did
Does it?
you do that option?
Yeah, it's like,
or are
because
you
I've
looking
seen like a
into it?
special. Well, I mean, viewers, listeners, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a timber sled specific shock.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Timber
The
Sled
third
makes
one.
it.
No, you're
Yeah.
right.
You're right, but I don't think this one does.
okay.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you can get it as an extra or
Probably
an add-on, but
upgrade or something.
I don't know if you could now with everything being so backed up.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know what I ordered.
Well, it'll just show.
What do you think about that mod?
Add
What,
to
is that
cart.
something in the future you think, or you wouldn't even?
I would like to jump
think
on
about
one and just see if it's really a big difference, which I would assume it is because it's an extra shock.
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
and definitely my shocks are just blown out, so seals are leaking real bad.
some real
You ride,
revalving.
you ride that thing
maybe
too
in the
hard, brother.
Near future. Caden, talk about some of the places like that you've been so far. Where all have you ridden?
Shoot, states.
Yeah.
Pretty much same as these guys. We all ride together.
I think
Washington.
I've taken you to all my honey holes.
Yeah, he has. I'll give him that because I never had any. Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho. That's about it, I guess. We haven't been
that's
anywhere
about
else.
where we go. Those are the
I mean,
gravy spots.
So
we really don't. We're where we're at. We're pretty central to a lot of places, but pretty close to home is
We're
usually,
P&W, baby. P&W.
usually our best riding.
Yeah.
Close to home.
Yeah.
People are always sleeping on us. They just don't understand. Eastern Oregon, we have some spots.
Yes, we do.
There's a few
Yes,
spots
we
you can
do.
get into. It's like, man, I
Wow.
just don't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't need to go to Montana or Wyoming or all these places. I got it right here in my backyard.
When I get to those
we've got
spots,
a lot
I don't
of
ever
good
want
stuff.
to leave.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of Montana, this is actually the same crew that went to Montana together.
This is the
Hell yeah.
OG Big Sky Rippers.
Yes.
Which was really cool because, you know, we was able to take you guys to where I grew up and introduce you to Brady Stone and Dan Lapka, which was funny because I knew that you guys would end up being friends. You're all like the same age, and then
Yep.
you guys, next time you know,
That
go
was-
on that.
that
And
was
y'all are
too
best friends all the
ironic.
time.
Funny thing about that.
Snapping
B
and
Stone, or what is that? BS Custom Fab, his
BS
welding
Fab.
shop.
Dude,
and
that's taken off.
oh
He's doing
man,
really
he
well.
does amazing work.
You see his
Holy
I'm
cow.
glad
You see
that he
his
knows how to
custom
change a
bumper?
clutch.
You see a custom bumper he built for his sled?
That whole sled
sure.
is custom, man.
Yeah.
He needs a new one.
And dude,
Duck
Frankenstein. Frankenstein.
both
Holy
of those
cow.
guys rip. I think we will insert the clip. We will be sure to give that to Jeff. Maybe mark the time of this, Jeff.
think I know where this is
the
going.
clip. The clip.
Oh,
so
wasted.
I was up on Edge with Dan Lapka and Braden, and Kaden is coming up towards us.
Me and Tom
And-
were broke down at this point
Yeah,
at the bottom.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
were
you two
backcountry broke down.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
we
two
were.
weren't there.
Oh, we were having a good time.
Oh,
But Caden's coming
Yes.
up towards us and didn't quite make it.
No,
what
no,
happened
no,
when
no,
you?
no.
He made it.
I made it. My
but
brakes
then
went
you-
out.
Oh, your brakes went out. So then you
Yeah.
started sliding
So I
backwards.
slid backwards. You know, you're on. It's pretty tippy, so
It
you,
was steep.
Bail.
and you go to put a foot down and you just sink into the snow. So then you just off the other side.
And coming up right behind you was
Brady
Brady.
the one and only.
coming up hot and heavy, and so I just to take me out, run me over. Felt pretty good.
And that he did.
He did all of run you over.
You kind of got pile driving into the snow. We're
Well,
lucky
yeah,
you
'cause
got
he's
up.
It
coming
wasn't
up.
really a run over. It was just a.
Just a bam.
Just kind of just skis up, just cruising, you know, side hill, and then obviously sees me and
What were you
lets up.
thinking? What were you thinking?
I know what
But it's
Brady
kinda
was
like-
thinking. Great traction.
No, I don't know. It just happened so fast, and it's like just ran me over.
Did you even see the sled when it hit you?
No, I really
Man.
closed my eyes. Hit me pretty good.
Yeah, that was a gnarly incident.
The Sled
Could've
Talk
gone way
viewers
worse.
are gonna love this video. By the way,
Yeah.
it is.
It's a classic. This is how it happens. It is so fast.
I'm just glad you didn't get hurt, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
because we were deep in the back country, and that's another thing you got to think of with riding.
trying to get out.
Oh man, that would have been, brutal.
Barry probably would have left you till spring.
Yeah, it would have been
I-
a little bit easier.
A grizzly bear would have got you.
Came back with some parts, fixed you up.
We had quite a few things go off on that trip.
That trip was-
Tom's mentioned it before in the previous, and we had talked about you blowing a belt. Almost everybody blew belts, and then Tom had to.
And
call
you know what
out.
the scenario to blowing all those belts were is we were having so much fun that we wouldn't give our sled a second to cool down, and that's where you blow your belts. It's just that continuous romping on it, in which we found a burn that
Oh, man.
Ooh.
here in Oregon we don't have things like that because burns and pretty much logging is kind of getting very minute, and
Yes.
that was like a haven that we just
When we found that burn, first thing it was just like for a snow bike. That's what
I
you're
just
looking
remember the
for.
radios were all going off. Everybody was scattered and lost.
Oh,
I
and
just
then-
made it to the top, and
then
I
I
just
was broke
sat
down.
there and turned my bike off and just watched the cluster going on down in the bottom.
Just
Of,
admired.
Yeah, dude, I was
admired
struggling
it.
for sure. I mean, that was the first time that I was ever in something that big.
it was pretty
Definitely.
sweet because once you got to the top, you could look over and just see last year's burn and just
Yeah, it was
It was
just
so
drainages
open.
after drainages of
Big sky
places that
country.
we can get to. Because a lot of times you look in Oregon and riding up some of the spots, we all ride
So
up. And,
thick.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so
So many
thick.
thickets.
And it's drops down to elevation so fast. And these places you were looking across and you're like, wow, that's the same elevation that we are basically. Let's go.
And the weird thing is I checked the elevation. Everything we were riding at was only 5,000 or 6,000 feet. It wasn't even like we were in the Alps or nothing like that. Montana
Alps.
just gets some
Snow.
crazy
Cold.
snow over there. Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Can pack it in.
Yeah. Well, it's not too far from Sealy Lake, where
Yeah.
Kosturkey
Yep.
and Kyle
Yep.
and all those boys are.
Well, we actually saw Isaac when
Yeah,
I was
I
broke
think-
down.
and
Him
his
and his
dad.
dad came over.
Yeah,
And I was
talked to them
wrenching,
for a
of
minute.
course.
I think Tom rode a total of 4 hours in 4 days.
Yeah,
I
seriously, it was
followed
4
those
hours.
guys down in a hole off one of the other sides, and then finally when I caught up, I thought I was with you guys, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm
Ski-Doo.
sorry, you guys."
Yeah, this was
I was like,
2
is
years
not-
ago.
This is not my group. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that was a good trip. Definitely looking forward to going over there again.
I wanna
here
go
back.
next year,
We
have to
hopefully
go
this-
back.
this season. I mean, we skipped last year, so it's been 2 freaking years. It's
The Volkswagen
It's time.
cookies in the parking lot was what sealed it for
Oh
me.
yeah, Brady's.
oh my
Brady's
god,
With the
I
light
forgot
bar
about
bolted to the hood of that thing. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Those guys do it a little different over there. They're a little different.
That was a good time.
Yeah, you can hear the banjos playing as soon as you get up to the
Yes, you
driveways.
could. Yes, you could. No, that was a good trip. I think
Yep.
that's going to be one of the, if not twice a year, it's going to be once a year for sure.
Yeah, well,
Last
I mean,
year
it's-
we kind of got hit with Oregon got hit with snow good, and Montana did not. So
We had a lot of good snow
chase the
last year.
snow. Oh God,
We
had
rode
good
for a
year.
while in good snow.
We had a good year. It came a little late, but it was a very good year.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, doing that trip, it's 6 hours. It's not bad at all.
No.
I mean, there's guys that drive from Wisconsin over to Colorado.
As long
and
as
stuff
as long as Tyler
15
drives,
hours.
I'm good. I ain't
Yeah,
driving.
of course. Uh-huh.
See how you get stuck with that? That's some family love right there.
Right? Nothing but family love.
Keep
Yep.
it in the
Dude,
family,
we
huh?
did look pretty sweet rolling to Montana. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Set
6
up.
sleds,
Jiminy
2 sleds on a sled
Christmas.
deck,
4
4-place
place.
loaded, and then a snow bike in there too.
I feel like the snow bike draws attention. Like us sledders or you guys sledding, it's like, oh, it's just a snow bike. But people that don't
They
see
were
them,
looking at the Polaris. Come on.
people
Oh.
that don't see them like to see the snow
Yeah.
bikes. Yeah,
They
so many
definitely
people, so
turns
many
heads.
people will run into the woods when we're sledding, and they just like,
What is that?
what is that? It's
Yeah.
like it's a snow bike.
They're like,
Dude, that's so sweet. I'm like,
did you
yeah.
make that?
Did you make that?
No.
Yeah, no, snow bikes are fun. I do like riding sleds though. I suck at them, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
Well, you just went last Saturday. We were on one of Blake's.
Yeah, snow was
Time.
terrible.
Yeah, that morning was brutal.
But that weekend I rode cliffs when I broke the snow. We just
Yes,
left the
you
snow
did.
bike in the middle of the trail, and Kobe was like 12 miles back to the trailer. Me and Kobe just doubled back to the trailer, get the back up, and that was the 100-mile trip.
That was 130 miles for me.
Dude, that
in
snow
one
was-
day, 130 miles in the mountain terrain.
I don't care how bad you are riding sleds. If there's 3 feet of powder, 4 feet of powder, you can ride a sled just because just tip it over and go.
Yep.
Yeah, I had about 40 miles on one ski, so and some tree limbs.
One ski and a
Yeah.
and a 2x4.
Pretty fun.
After riding cliff sled though, it's like I tried buying a sled this year. I just couldn't pull it off with snow checking and buying. That's too much money.
Yeah, definitely.
But-
Yeah, I think that place is one of the only places that you guys have gone that I haven't gone as a group.
You got to go this year. You and the
Um,
missus, you guys have to.
It's a fun ride. It's good riding, but it's more like just a for fun ride. Like I mean, every ride's for
like
fun.
I said
but
in the beginning, we don't have good riders or bad riders. We have riders, and that's the best place to break somebody in because it's on a big highway. You're riding the whole way there, and there's a little chunk for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, the women, they can be on the side, and the coolest thing Tom mentioned this year is our muff pot, our lunch
Yes.
menus on that trip because we usually have about 20 people that go, and there's crazy foods that you'll eat on that trip. Crazy
yeah.
foods.
The best
They're
eating
whooping
ever.
out tri-tip, whatever. But I did see a video a couple days ago. Some guy left his tuna melt in there, and they went out all summer. He left it in there. They took it out for a ride. First ride out this year. He didn't smell it, actually. His buddy behind him could smell it and told him to pull over. And the video of them pulling
Yeah,
this
we don't need that video.
tuna melt out of a hot pot, oh.
Let's just keep it to the garlic shrimp and the
Yeah,
teriyaki
I would've just-
tri-tip.
And I re-
'cause
that's
thrown
what
it away.
that's why I enjoy riding with these guys the most. Is I'm the guy that'll go to the store and buy me a sandwich, put in my pack, and then I forget it every trip.
Oh my gosh.
I never bring food.
No.
Never. Always forget it.
we always got everybody covered, man. There ain't nobody that's gonna go hungry, and there ain't nobody that ain't gonna have fun. That's how we
true.
roll.
100%. 100%. So moving forward, what do we think is going to be the next trip that we're all going to be together on? Because Kobe, you and I are going
Poker
tomorrow.
run.
Well,
Poker run. Yeah.
so
If I
I've
get
got,
my kit.
I've kind of got it in store. We've got the poker run, and that will be. Are you guys talking about my poker run?
No, we're talking about
Okay,
the,
well, I hate to
Joseph
tell you,
Poker
but
run.
you guys are both going, all three of you.
Oh,
Four
don't
Corners
worry.
Snowmobile Club. Any of the listeners, it is the Saturday after Christmas. So this Christmas is this weekend. It'll be the next weekend.
Oh, for sure we're going on
Isn't
that.
that New Year's?
Oh.
Is it New Year's?
Yeah, that's New Year's weekend, isn't it?
It's the
New Year's
Saturday.
is on a Saturday.
Yep. 'Cause it's the New Year's weekend.
Won't be there.
Uh-oh. Might not
got
be
plans?
there.
Oh, yeah.
Might not be there. I'll be riding in a different place, I believe.
I probably won't be riding. My kid
Oh,
won't be.
we can't disclose that because we're not invited, apparently.
Yep. No.
Well-
Tyler, you can come.
This is
Got it.
Never mind. Rabbit hole.
Next.
Wow. Got it.
I know
Okay,
this
so
was
then
going.
after that,
Well, then now that I actually just thought about that, I had a Montana trip planned with you guys, or I was going to open it up to you guys, but now that I think about it, time's kind of catching up with me a little bit, and I don't think that New Year's Montana trip is going to happen now.
New Year's Montana. You're just talking about doing the.
I know. I didn't realize my dates. I had my dates a little messed up. I'm behind.
My trip decides if I have a kid or not to ride.
Okay. Well, I would say since we're all going to be busy on the New Year's, we're going to have to regroup. We're going to go to halfway. We're going to go to halfway real quick. That's going to be the first place you got to hit. You know, I'm not too big on traveling to Montana or Idaho yet just because I have not tested my sleds to the ability.
yeah.
I want to make sure this thing ain't going to go kaboom. And so I'm thinking halfway. I'm thinking halfway is going to have to be our first trip.
Yeah.
But that's also my favorite place.
Yeah, we know. Everybody knows that. I think it would be cool because you're the only one sitting at the table that maybe you've been, but not at least with us, is Adams.
Absolutely.
They've been getting hit with snow. I haven't looked lately, but I don't know. I think it was last weekend I texted you about it. I
Yes,
think
you did.
in 48 hours, they got like 7 to 9.5 feet in 48 hours on top of a ton that they already have.
Do they have a base though? 'Cause,
I mean, by now, yeah, I would imagine. Because for me, and I mentioned this in previous episodes, like I have to redeem myself from what happened to me. That whole my front track shock, the bolt coming out of that front track
That
shock.
just wasn't a good trip. The snow was terrible.
The snow was
It
the snow was
just-
terrible.
It was just ice.
That's all it was.
It was
Kind of
an
glad
epic
I opted
bluebird
out of
day.
that one.
But
Yeah.
It was super like
It
pretty
was.
to go
It was
see. but
the views you could see.
we were on top of
Rainier.
Adams
Oh
looking
my
at Hood.
gosh.
It was sick. It was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
we have to redeem ourselves there. So that has to be in the books.
and it was
sometime.
that would be a sweet place. I could just tell by being there. It's a sweet place to ride with 4 feet of snow.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
definitely.
And you can ride almost to the top of that thing.
Let's go around starting with you, Kobe. What's like the single biggest thing for yourself, whether it's, you know, with doing something on the sled or just your body or your technique or something, like what is one thing that you have, whether it be a goal that you want to achieve this season? Like what is one thing that you are working towards, whether that's like just building your confidence or whatever it is? Like what is that one thing that's kind of overhanging that you are focused on to put time, effort, and energy into this season to accomplish?
The one thing this season would be, obviously, I'm a little late on the ball, but working out is a huge thing. You know, you got to be really in shape for it. But the biggest thing for me sledding this year is it's going to be a trick. I like doing tricks. I like, you know, that's what gets my adrenaline going. And I failed a couple years ago at a backflip.
That was funny.
At a backflip. So
watch that one.
I've thought about some possible proven progression jump clinics, but I wanna send a sled.
Yeah.
I want to be able to soar for at least 4 to 5 seconds. That's kind of my main thing. And whether that's going off a cornice and flipping or whether that's going off a big roller, you know, and being in the air. But I just want to be in the air longer. That is my main thing. Snowmobiles are fun on the ground, but that feeling triples when that snowmobile's in the air.
Sure.
So jumping. I'd
Got
say
it.
jumping. That's going to be my biggest deal. I was talking to Tom about it. I might have a possible jump ramp going out at the farm, so we'll see if we can get that going.
Nice.
Oh,
Hell
if
yeah.
I took my sled out there, I would bend both rails. Just snap of a finger.
It's not meant for mountain sleds, Tom.
No, it's not. Hey, don't worry. I have the old 440 Snow Pro in the back field. We can get going again.
Absolutely.
So, Kaden, over to you. Same question. Like, what is the big thing going into the season that you're really focused on? You have a whole new setup and stuff this year. Like, what's a big thing that you have your eyes set on to accomplish?
Really the same thing that Kobe was talking about. I was talking, me and Tom talk all day at work. So, I mean, one, I want to learn that new kit.
You
but-
don't work. You just talk all day.
No, we don't do anything.
Yes, that's exactly what they do.
Yeah. Oh, but anyways, yeah, I want to learn that new kit and then really just like drops, even if it's all of us boys. I mean, I'm sure we're all down to get together and like shovel out a jump and just see what we can
Absolutely.
100%.
do. Not really scared
huck
to get
our
hurt. Just huck our meat. And see what happens. But I want to learn that new sled or that new kit. So
yeah, nice, good. Yeah, right on. And Tom, I know you've kind of answered this before, but
I know I kind of have. I just want to push myself.
His only goal should be not to break something. But
yeah.
I agree. Let's do like a
stop,
can we do like
stop.
a full season?
then he might as well just leave his sled at home.
We need to keep realistic goals here, okay? Breaking stuff
Realistic
that is
goals.
not going to happen. I'm always going to break stuff every trip, but no,
I'm pretty sure that when we left Montana, those boys over there said, y'all are welcome back, except for that fucking black Arctic cat.
Actually, yeah. It wasn't me. They didn't want my sled back. But
That's true. That is true.
Don't worry. I got a new Arctic cat, so we're good. But no. Yeah. Meow.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we're gonna meow that little word that I just said there for a minute. But go ahead, Tom.
And no, I just want to push myself. I want to learn some little tricks, hop overs, bow ties. I want to get the hop over done first. That is more a priority. That's going to help
bow
me out
ties,
more.
I'm seeing videos of guys on these new snow bikes kind of doing bow ties on them. So.
Yeah, I tagged you.
I used to do that in the
tagged you in that one
backfield.
the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
XR200.
Definitely try some.
So bow ties and progression are always it. What
Yes.
about you, T. Smith? You're kind of the whole mastermind here, man. So I know progression's your main deal, but is there anything that you would love to key on that you think will improve your riding the best?
I mean, the biggest thing for me, like I said on the previous episode, is running the reps, right? And so, with my sled, is capable of some pretty cool things.
it's capable of everything.
And so the biggest thing for me, honestly, is yes, I will be attempting bow ties and hopovers and all that kind of stuff, and will be setting aside specific trips where that's all I'm focused on and working on. But the biggest thing, honestly, is I'm all about putting myself in a place that is uncomfortable, right? Because that's what's going to allow me to become better. Even if I fail, right? I'm still going to learn something and go at it, the next time even better. So with that being said, the biggest thing is honestly building the confidence within myself and within my sled so that I can come up on something and not have my mindset or my ego go, no, I'm not doing that, right? I want to be able to pull up to something and be like, I trust myself and what I'm capable of, and I trust that my sled is going to accomplish said task in front of me, and have my mindset be confident with what it is that I'm about to attempt. That's honestly, so that building that confidence within that bleeds into everything else.
Absolutely.
Having that increase of confidence, I have more confidence to jump, to do the bow tie, to do the hop over, to do the whatever. So that is my single main focus, is just increasing that confidence, and that's just going to come from doing the thing and running the reps. And
I love how you say reps. That's literally perfect.
Just like weights in the gym.
It's any sport, anything in life. As long as you just do the reps, it's just gonna come natural.
So I have a good friend and mentor. He always says, "Do the thing and have the power."
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Do the thing, then you have accomplished the power.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
So that's what it is for me.
That's for me too, man. Every year I'm in the same mindset as you, and it's just reps. It's reps. There's a lot of things that I can't do, and I'm just like, man, I just gotta, like you said, you just gotta stop and just do it and think about it, and then criticize yourself afterwards. Stop, do it again, and just keep doing it.
100%.
Sooner or later, it's just gonna then you'll be in the trees like Brant or Turkey.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be like, man, watch it over backwards,
100%.
the other way, and it'll be a reaction instead of a thought process.
Yeah, totally. I couldn't agree more. I think that really sets the tone for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people will, agree to that. So I think that was a really good point. Let's go ahead and wrap up this episode. It was a really good time having you guys on here. Kind of a new setup, having 4 people in total. It was a really good time. So we'll wrap this up, and then we'll end with the sled talk question for the episode. But yeah, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification buttons. I say this every time, but every single Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're dropping a new episode, and that'll be on all of the podcast platforms as well. So please leave reviews, follow along. We will be taking clips of these and posting on at SledSend, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. So please follow along there, share
Smash
stuff.
that like button.
Smash
it literally
that like
takes
button,
1
baby.
second.
Because it's honestly like everybody here at this table pays attention to that stuff and cares about SledSend and where we're going with everything. And so everybody's watching and looking at the comments and love the engagement. And honestly, you guys tuning in and helping us with that allows us to continue to sit down and have these podcasts and share these stories and have these moments. Yeah, I mean, give us, at any point, throw a question or a comment below, and we read all of that, and that's just, more fuel to the fire.
More questions.
More topics, more ideas, to give our opinions and our answers to
and
those
writers.
questions. So,
writers. Any writers out there? I want to write with them. I want to write with new writers. I love writing it to you guys, but I want to see some new Sled Talk writers. I'd love to get them into the passion.
Seeing some new things.
100%. Awesome. So yeah, appreciate your guys' engagement on all of that stuff, all those platforms. So let's take it away with the ending this Sled Talk episode with what we're calling the Sled Talk question of the day. And we're going to kick it over to Kaden Smith. What is the question that you would like to ask the listeners and the viewers?
Well, this one will just get the whole group going because we talk about it all the time, but I know my opinion on it. I'm a blue jean kind of guy. You going to wear blue jeans or sweats? We argue about it every time, which one's more comfortable. But
Gosh.
Yeah.
Which one you wearing underneath your gear?
Yeah.
Under your gear.
Under your gear.
When you go to ride.
I'm wearing the blue jeans every time.
With or without a belt buckle?
With my belt buckle.
Tom, what are you?
Oh, I've done both. I have this one pair of sweats that I love to wear every time I ride because they're comfortable.
So you're a sweats guy.
No, not necessarily. Yes. Okay, I'll put it there. I am a sweats guy, but I'm not opposed to wearing a very comfortable pair
All
of
right,
blue
Tom's
jeans.
a sweats guy. T. Smith?
Oh, sweats all the way.
Sweats?
I wear a base layer. Well, it's not even sweats. It's just like a base layer thermal,
Yeah.
1.0 with either some joggers or just some board shorts, depending on the temperature. Mobility, dude, 100%. All day.
You could
every day.
Real mobile.
No,
with
I
blue
know what
jeans.
your answer is, man. And you boys with the jean thing, it just boggles and blows my mind. For
Get
you're
comfortable being
you're
uncomfortable.
constricted, and then once that denim gets wet, oh no way.
That's why we wear good gear. You don't get
Kobe,
wet.
Yeah.
what is your answer?
Mine is jeans, and it kind of almost goes back to why I ride Polaris as well. I'm not looking. I'm not looking for straight mountain riding all the time. We don't do straight mountain riding. That's just not my hobby. There is a lot of road riding. There is a lot of stops. I stop at so many cabins when I'm riding. We stop when we go on this Anthony Lakes trip. When you'll go with us, we spend a good hour or two in the bar and at the restaurant eating. So when I'm walking around trying to find some ladies to dance with to the live music, I love to have my blue jeans on instead of a pair of joggers. That's I love the jeans. I really do.
So it sounds like the dancing and the partying and the eating out is priority over your capability on a snowmobile. Got it.
100%.
It's overall. I like to do it all.
It's all part of the trip. It isn't all just about
it's not all
what
about
you can
the
do on a
mountain.
snowmobile. It's about
Exactly.
the trip. I mean, how
I'm
much
with
fun
Tom.
you have.
Well, see, I remember
McCall. There's a little, I can't even remember the name of it.
The little bar you ride to.
A little bar out in the middle of nowhere, and we just spent 3 hours at that bar, and it's there's nothing wrong with sweats.
Do you know how hard it is to dance in a onesie or bibs or a mono suit? It just don't happen.
So you take them off down to
it's
your
all
jeans.
it's all relative, right? That's what you guys enjoy to do, and honestly, that's what works best for what it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Exactly.
For me, I could care less about trying to dance or partaking in any of that kind of stuff.
Or getting ladies,
which is
Tyler has a lady.
my fiance, 100%. Which is why you found me when we were in Montana in Helmville at the Copper Queen. I was in my freaking sweats and thermals, and I could give two.
You were sporting
craps.
it. You were sporting it.
I was comfy.
Absolutely.
And it was freaking.
There were some real lookers in that one.
Oh man.
Oh, buddy.
Jeez. Yeah, my grade school teacher was in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, anyways, all right. So yeah,
Sled
you
Talk
guys listening?
Cinders, what are you guys wearing? Let's
Sled
hear
Talk
it.
Cinders.
Sled Talk
Listeners.
Listeners. Yeah.
They're
I
all
bet there's
cinders.
cinders too.
Sled senders.
Sled Cinders.
Yeah.
But yeah, blue jeans or sweats. What are you going with?
Yeah. Leave your comment below. We're gonna read. We'll talk about it on the next episode or something.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your guys' engagement and feedback.
Thank you.
And yeah, any closing statements? Good.
Man, I'm just glad that I get to see all these three faces again. It's been a long time. 6
Yes, it
months
has.
out in South Dakota. We're about to have a crazy year.
It's gonna be a good winter.
It's going to be the
It'll
best
be a
one yet.
Great season.
That's about all I got. Shout out to Jeff behind the camera. This guy is for
100K
real.
on the protect, living life with no regrets. I can't designer when I get dressed. Summertime on winter fresh. I put her legs behind her head. Night she gone to bed. Bye bye. Every day it's a new test. I just keep chasing these chicks.